What's going on, world? It's your boy KUYA P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you saw from the thumbnail, I'm so excited, so delighted to be talking to the one and only Rodney Barnes. You know him from Winning Time. You know the Lakers, Wu-Tang from Philadelphia. He's been up and down the spectrum, both in TV as well as comics. You see him on the screen, the one and only Rodney Barnes. How are you, sir?
Doing well, thank you.
It is a pleasure again to have you on. As I told you earlier, Rodney, I'm still here in the DC area representing for you. I know you left here to go out to LA,
I come
Land.
back. I come back though. I'm in Annapolis from time to time, and I might frequent DC every once in a while. Got a lot of stories about DC. Got to come back every once in a while.
You gotta get rejuvenated, refreshed.
Of
I love
course.
it. I love it. And so, with that being said, you know, you still got love for this area, and
Big
from
time.
this area, we have Crownsville,
Mhm.
a hospital that dates back since like 1911. I was doing some research and I also saw that, I don't know if you know this, Rodney, they're doing a memorial as of this recording on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, I know Janice. I know the people that do the memorial, and we're all from the same area in Annapolis, and she does fantastic work just with keeping the spirit of the place alive and the history of it, because it probably would have been gone a long time ago if it weren't for the people around there to just keep it going.
Definitely. So shout out to them. Yeah, this, as I was saying, this Thursday, they're going to be talking about the names. We're going to be talking about this hospital because it's the genesis for Rodney's latest project, Crownsville, that you see from my backdrop. Shout out to Oni Press, dropping in November with the first 48-page issue. So again, you're from this area, Crownsville. Part of your story, I guess, in certain ways with growing up, and I think I saw in other interviews, you and your mom used to talk a lot of stories, kind of also inspired your podcast in a lot of different ways. Can you tell me, you know, how Crownsville came to pass with you growing up in Annapolis?
Crownsville was always a part of like the backdrop of my life. In some ways, it was like the boogeyman. Like my family, if I was bad, we're gonna send you to Crownsville, like as an offhand joke. But then I also had some members of my family who were clients or patients there. My grandmother was a nurse there for a short period of time. It was just part of the backdrop of my life, and it was one of those things where if you live there, it's just like a place, you know. But then when you take a bird's eye view and you look down at it and you look at what was done there and what the place really represented, you see it was far more than just another place.
Sad and truly sad if you when people really learn about the story behind it, and that's what you're somewhat bringing to tell. Although it's a more contemporary take, I think, because it's a ghost story with Crownsville. So you had that growing up, and now taking that knowledge to turn it into this. What was that final push? I love that you've always, like with Philadelphia, we fiend, as a person of color, we fiend for our representation in the
Right.
material, and also, you know, with all these various concepts. We see that with everything else. We want it with our own, and you're giving us with Crownsville. So why the final push to make this a reality?
I've done werewolf stories, I've done vampire stories, I've done zombie stories, virtually a lot of different monsters I've approached. And I wanted to do a ghost story. And I wanted to do one that was personal. So my mother passed away in Valentine's Day of this past year, but she had been sick for a while. And, I thought about, again, going back to Annapolis, going back home, and stories and things that sort of resonated with me and stayed with me. And I thought about Crownsville, and I thought about the conversations my grandmother and I used to have. And all of this feeling and all of this stuff it's like, all right, why not tell a really personal story? And a lot of the graves that are unmarked, are still there, not marked. A lot of those stories of people who had suffered through atrocity never been told. There's no, in quotes, justice for those people. Um, and it's such the magnitude of the story is so big for very few people to know what it is. When you think the Tuskegee experiment, where black men were given syphilis and to see what would happen over time if it was left untreated, you got that times 10, times 100, times 1,000 here as far as Crownsville and the things that happened to these people. And one night, I just went up right around sunset, and you're not supposed to go there. So if anybody's listening and they live in the Maryland area, don't go there. But I went there, and security was there. And of course, they, threatened to call the cops or do whatever. But when they found out what I was there for and to tell a story and I just wanted to get a feel of the place, they started to tell me ghost stories and things that they see virtually every night, and it's like, okay, how can I take their stories, my story, the story of Crownsville itself, and sort of put it into a place where you're telling a story, it's a ghost story, but a lot of times genre has been used to bring meaning to something. Like it takes the medicine off of it. It takes it away from if it were a documentary or a book, and it puts it into a form where you're being entertained, but you're also hopefully learning something along the way as well. And it felt like Crownsville was the right subject matter.
I can't wait. Although I'm kind of surprised you were saying that you can't go there now. I see that they're making it a park. In my research,
Yeah,
so
they've been
I was
saying,
like, can I not make a stop through? Because I live around this way.
I think it shut down in 2000, either 2005, 2008, someplace around there. And it was already in bad shape. And I think for the last time I was there, which is probably about a year or so ago, it was still in the shape that it was before. So it's dangerous to be there. I'm just saying, as far as the buildings coming apart,
Oh, got it.
I've heard over time they're going to make it a park, they're going to make it
Yeah,
a school, they're going to make it a whole bunch of things. But for some reason, it never becomes those things.
yeah,
I hope it does because it's just sitting there.
yeah.
But until the story of it is really told, because a lot of times it's almost like gentrification. Somebody comes in, they remove the thing, and they actually remove the history of the place as well.
Agree.
And I think it's important, at least until the story gets out there, for it to stay intact as is.
I agree. I can't wait to dive into this. And as I read and doing my research, you generally kind of know the finale before you
Yes.
get there. So I cannot wait. This is going to be a 5-part mini series. You already
Yes.
know the finale.
Yes.
We're getting the first issue in November.
Yes.
So what is the ride and the intention? I think this is hopefully going to create a lot of awareness, as I think
I hope
projects
so.
like this should.
Hmm.
And I can already see, as I'm a filmmaker like you, Rodney. Like I already can see this as a film. We're coming off a great black horror film in Sinners this year.
Hmm.
What is your intention and hope this ride that people will go on in November?
I mean, whenever you write, I always think it's a mistake to do one thing hoping it becomes another thing. So I
Yeah,
always try to put my focus on the thing in front of me, which is the book. I started writing comics as a writing exercise. What could I do that was quick? That wasn't a TV show or a movie that required a certain amount of time or investment, because I typically don't have that kind of time. But I could always be writing. I could always be working on something. And so it was always the book first. And then I've been working on this for almost a decade, because other things would always pop up via TV shows or something. And my friend Antonia Hilton, who wrote a great book called Madness, that is a fact. It's something about the history of a book about the history of Crownsville, and she goes into great detail about a lot of the things that I sort of use as an engine, a narrative engine, but she doesn't, in fact. And I just felt like, doing it this way could at the very least get the story out there as a companion type thing, and people would be invested in the idea of Crownsville. Now, that's it. If it becomes something else, that would be fantastic too, because movies aren't like comics in a way where they go down easier, they have a wider reach, more people can learn about the place. Politically, I don't know if we're in a climate right now where people, these types of stories are being greenlit. So
exactly.
I didn't write it with that intention. It was just more of, this is a place I know. And if folks don't tell stories about these places, they sort of just disappear.
Yes, and I thank you for keeping the light to tell these stories, Rodney. And you've always done that in your career. So thank you so much. I cannot wait to get into this book when it drops in November. I definitely would love to have you back as we start getting
Oh, of
more
course.
as it rolls out. Before I let you go, I know you got some Star Wars projects dropping off.
Yeah.
We loved you on Winning Time.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything else we could throw some spotlights on that you got coming up?
I had a Han Solo book. My Han Solo book dropped Wednesday. I didn't even know, but the Han Solo book came out. I'm doing another Star Wars book now. A bunch of things. Got a lot of TV in development. That's really been my day, is just developing things, and movies and books, like actual novels, comics, a little bit of everything. So I'm pretty busy.
I understand why, sir. You've always been a shining beacon over here. Again, like I said, I could have sworn we've met in various areas
sure
around here locally. But you've always been that example, like one of the cats that made it out this area and is continuously representing and just doing bang up jobs, even regardless of what the people that hug the purse strings give us.
Yes.
You make it happen with your material. So shout out to you and Zombie Love Studios. I love what you're doing with Blackula, all the things, Rodney. It's a pleasure to chat with you. Everybody, the amazing Rodney Barnes. He's got Crownsville dropping with issue 1 in November from Oni Press. It's a 5-issue series. Go check it out. Go support all the other projects my man Rodney has. And I'm going to learn more about Crownsville. This is hit me right at the time, we're getting into October spooky season, Rodney. So I'm like, man, when this announcement came, it was you. I'm like, oh, I know that cat from this area. Now I got to go spotlight this. So I'll probably do a little bit more coverage on this hospital because it's spooky time. And as a person of color, our stories aren't told, and things like this need to be made aware of. So thank you for shining that light as always, Rodney.
Very welcome. Thank you. And thank you for the time.
Appreciate you. Everybody, that's Rodney Barnes, Crownsville, November, Oni Press. Go check it out. I'm KUYA P, Nerds Rule the World. Hey, Rodney, that's a cut, man. Thank you so much.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. KUYA P, Nerds Rule the World. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds Rule. Love
it. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes,
rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Yes. Nerds do rule the world. I agree.
We do.
I agree.
We're awesome, aren't we?
Thank you, ladies.
So much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
And nerds really do rule the world.
Thank you, sir. It's your boy KUYA P, Nerds Rule the World. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
Do. They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys. I'm going to count us in and we'll rock and roll. In a 1, 2, 3.